All right, stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to call this meeting of the Town of Plattsburgh Town Board to order for November 7, 2013. Roll call, please.
Bruce Bassett.
Here.
Thomas Wood.
Here.
Mark Manick.
Here.
Paul Lemoyne.
Here.
Gerard Brennan.
Here.
James Coffey.
Here.
And Rick Collins.
Resolution 319, approving the minutes of the previous meeting.
Resolved that the minutes of October 28, 2013 be approved and the reading of the minutes be dispensed.
Have a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Manick, second.
Second.
Mr. Rennan, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood.
Yes.
Mark Manick.
Yes.
Paul Lemoyne.
Yes.
Gerard Brennan.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. We have scheduled to begin our public hearing on the assessment rolls at 7:10. I'm just going to continue, and we'll break and do that at 7:10 and get back to the agenda afterwards. Resolution 320, abstract 11A.
Resolved that the abstract of audited claims number 11A-13, 2349 to 2474 for $230,642.25, and abstract 11A-13, 398 to 418 prepays in the amount of $1,503,348.08. Be received as reviewed by the audit committee, and the supervisor is hereby authorized to pay said out.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Renner, second.
Second.
Mr. Lemoyne, any discussion?
Yes, Bernie. Paul and I both found one abstract in there. I believe it was under the first one, the audited claims, not the prepays, that there was some controversy about, and I would like to amend this just so it says an amount not to exceed $230,000, because that one's under review. And if the review comes back favorably, we'll have a resolution to pass it. Otherwise, we're allowing something not to exceed $230,642.25.
Okay, I understand the voucher that you have concern about, but I'm not sure what you want to do about the amount.
The amount that is in question on the voucher is $150,
Okay.
but we are not signing the entire voucher pending the investigation of the finance department on the voucher. There's some question as to whether or not there's a contractual right for the $150.
And we can simply tag that and not make that payment pending the review of
I
the
understand that,
contract.
but if we pass this as it is, are we?
Obligated to make that payment?
Exactly.
No.
Okay.
We'll
As
sit
long
on
as-
it
as long
until
as that
that's
is in
resolved.
minutes, I don't have a problem with it.
No. We've done that before. It'll be pulled until we get the questions
Okay.
answered. Okay? And I've made a note of that when I believe it's tagged. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood.
Yes.
Mark Manick.
Yes.
Paul Lemoyne.
Yes.
Gerard Brennan.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 321, Highway Superintendent's Monthly Report.
Resolved to receive and place on file a report from James Wood, Superintendent of Highways, for the month of September and October 2013.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Wood, second.
Second.
Mr. Mannix, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood.
Yes.
Mark Manick.
Yes.
Paul Lemoyne.
Yes.
Gerard Brennan.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 322, Deputy Historian's Monthly Report.
Resolved to receive and place on file the Deputy Historian's yearly end report for 2013.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Wood, second.
Second.
Mr. Renner, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood.
Yes.
Mark Manick.
Yes.
Paul Lemoyne.
Yes.
Gerard Brennan.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 323, Planning Department Monthly Report.
Resolved to receive and place on file a report from Phil Von Bargen, Planning and Engineering Department Head, for the month of November 2013.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Wood, second.
Second.
Mr. Mannix, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Manning,
Yes.
Paul Lemoyne,
Yes.
Gerard Bernadette.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 324, Parks and Recreation Department monthly report.
Resolved to receive and place on file a report from Melanie Defiant, Recreation and Youth Services Director for the month of October 2013.
Have a motion.
I'll move.
Mr. Mannix, do we have a second?
Second.
Mr. Renadette, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Manning,
Yes.
Paul Lemoyne,
Yes.
Gerard Bernadette.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 325, Town Clerk's monthly report.
Resolved to receive and place on file a report from Rick Collins, Town Clerk for the month of October 2013.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Renadette, second.
Second.
Mr. Lemoyne, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Manning,
Yes.
Paul Lemoyne,
Yes.
Gerard Bernadette.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 326, speed limit request from Highway Superintendent.
Whereas speed limits are concerned in many areas of the town of Plattsburgh and periodically in need of review. And whereas in a letter dated October 30th, 2013 from James Wood, Highway Superintendent, on behalf of the residents in Heritage Heights subdivision, he has requested the speed limit within Heritage Heights to be reduced from 30 miles an hour to 20 miles an hour to promote safety and improve traffic flow. Now therefore be resolved that the town board, town of Plattsburgh, does hereby authorize the supervisor to request and establish area speed limits as identified on and said attached letter, and this request to be referred to the Clinton County Highway Superintendent and to New York State Department of Transportation. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the Highway Superintendent.
Have a motion.
So move.
Mr. Wood, second.
Second.
Mr. Mannix, any discussion?
It seems reasonable to me, and we got a lot of people who are interested in it in that area.
Well, there's no question it's reasonable. I've seconded the motion because I think I want to see this request go forward. I have my reservations whether we'll get a positive response from the New York State Department of Transportation.
Well, that's always a risk, but at least we try.
Yep.
I don't see any difference between, the way it was laid out was very well done. I don't see any difference between Heritage Heights and Champlain Park. They also don't have any sidewalks. They don't have any traffic signals other than stop signs, just like Heritage Heights. I don't see any difference. I don't know why we don't just go ahead and say all of our Cliff Haven, Champlain Park, Heritage Heights, Vintage Estates, let's throw them all in the same request.
I think for DOT, though, they have to identify each one separate, that also has to be responded to by the superintendent, etc. Unfortunately, it seems in my history, you send a list, even if you set identical all those areas, for some reason, they'll respond to some part of it, and the rest sit for another submission.
One of the problems, as I understand it from a resident of Heritage Heights, is that there are people who will, if you're coming up the Town Miller Road and you're planning to go west on the military turnpike, they may try to go through Heritage Heights as a shortcut, to cut off the light and, in their own minds, beat traffic by doing that. And then when they're doing that, they go through there at a pretty good clip.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Manning,
Yes.
Paul Lemoyne,
Yes.
Gerard Bernadette.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, the resolution carries. I'm going to now go to the public hearing on the assessment rolls. I'm going to go through each one individually. And I'm pretty confident you all don't have these separate forms for this. But at this time, I'm going to call this public hearing to order for 7:12 for the purpose of accepting any written comments, hearing any public comments on the Consolidated Water District. Do I have a motion, first of all, to open this hearing?
So moved.
Mr. Renadette, second.
Second.
Mr. Wood, any discussion on that? Have a roll call, please.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Manick,
Yes.
Paul Moy,
Yes.
Gerard Bernadette.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, is there anyone that has any written comment concerning the consolidated water district for the town of Plattsburgh? Any comments, questions?
I would ask why the water district and the sewer districts both went up since the tentative budget by $158,000 each. It's an identical number in the preliminary. I'm just curious as to why it got driven up.
This is the assessment of those districts.
Never mind that.
Okay, any other questions? I'll entertain a motion to close this public hearing.
So moved.
Mr. Renadette, second on that. Mr. Wood, any discussion? A roll call on the closing.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Manick,
Yes.
Paul Moy,
Yes.
Gerard Bernadette.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes.
Before we go on though, we do have a resolution later to extend the public hearing. If we close these, do we have to have a separate one? Or
Well, I'll reopen them next Thursday for
But
the
if we-
extended
If we
hearing.
vote to close each one, then does that mean that we have, we have to change something for next week?
No.
This is actually not a public hearing,
That's right.
But it is.
okay?
Well, it is.
Can't be a public hearing.
It's not a public hearing, it wasn't advertised.
It was noted on the town, I'll go back to when we passed the resolution, the purpose of the town was to hold a public hearing. And the town's website on the homepage indicated there'd be a public hearing. A story on the budget was closed with a statement that there was to be a public hearing. Unfortunately,
7:05.
the words weren't used in the legal ad, so to prevent anyone from feeling disenfranchised, then people came tonight with an assumption there's a public hearing. We've done it the Thursday after elections for a number of years. I want to allow people to speak tonight, but in case there's someone that felt, the ad wasn't done properly, or didn't know, we've extended that to hold another public hearing. We'll hear comments again next Thursday. We will do that with resolution.
What I was trying to address was I thought Tom was indicating that he thought we would be adjourning this and then opening a week from now. And my point would be no. If there's a question in regards to the legality of the public hearing, call it a public hearing if you wish, but close it. And then we will have a separate public hearing on the 14th to be open and closed.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
Okay.
Used by the word extension, sorry.
At this time, I would like a motion to open the public hearing on the Town of Plattsburgh Consolidated Sewer District. This is again the assessment roll. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Renadette, second.
Second.
Mr. Moy, any discussion? Roll call?
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Manick,
Yes.
Paul Moy.
Yes.
Gerard Bernadette.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes. Is there anyone who has written comment or would like to pose a question, make a statement concerning the Town of Plattsburgh's Consolidated Sewer District Assessment? If not, I'd seek a motion to close.
So moved.
Mr. Renadette, second on that.
Second.
Mr. Lemoyne, any discussion? Roll call?
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Manick,
Yes.
Paul Moy.
Yes.
Gerard Bernadette.
Yes. Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, we will close this particular hearing at 8:17.
Try 7.
I'm sorry?
7:17.
7:17.
The clock is hasn't adjusted.
We're waiting for the spring forward.
The next one is the consolidated assessment roll for the Town of Plattsburgh's base water district. If I could get a motion to open this hearing.
So moved.
Mr. Renadette, a second.
Second.
Mr. Mannix, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Manick,
Yes.
Paul Moy.
Yes.
Gerard Bernadette.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, we will open this hearing at 7, overlap with my previous closing, 7:18. there any written or comments on the assessment roll for the Town of Plattsburgh Base Water District? Yes.
Is that the base stormwater in the budget listing?
No,
It's the base water
stormwater's under highway.
district. Storm is a separate one coming up shortly.
Okay.
That didn't go up. That was an internal guide. Any other questions? If not, I'll seek a motion to close. Mr. Renner, second. Mr. Lemoy, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Moy,
Yes.
Fred Rudenbeck.
Yes.
Bernie Bass.
Yes, this one will stand closed at 7:18. Right, the next hearing is on the Town of Plattsburgh's base sewer district. Do I have a motion to open?
So move.
Mr. Mannix, second.
Second.
Mr. Wood, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Moy,
Yes.
Fred Rudenbeck.
Yes.
Bernie Bass.
Yes, we'll open this hearing at 7:19. Again, this is for the Town of Plattsburgh Base Sewer District Consolidated Assessment Roll. Anyone has any questions? I just add in general, the base districts have 166 parcels. I might have shared that before. The consolidated sewer has 2,170 parcels. And the consolidated water districts over 4,546 parcels with an assessment value of over $1 billion. The difference in the parcels, this consolidated roll for the sewer district is valued at $43,736.149. Excuse me, $43,736,149. Fills my minute. Anyone else have anything? If not, we'll entertain a motion to close the hearing.
So moved.
Mr. Renner, second on that.
Second.
Mr. Mannix, any discussion? Roll call to close.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Moy,
Yes.
Fred Rudenbeck.
Yes.
Bernie Bass.
Yes, this hearing will be closed at 7:20. The next one is the Town of Plattsburgh Base Storm Water District. This one is also 166.
Water management. Stormwater management. You said stormwater.
I've got it listed as Base Storm Water District. I don't have it as management.
Okay. Just management on that.
Yeah, I'm going by the notes I have. I really don't know, and I don't know if anyone else here knows for sure. I don't have the rows. 166 parcels, again valued at $43,736,149. Have a motion. Mr. Lemoy, a second.
Second.
Mr. Renadette, any discussion? Roll call to open.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Moy,
Yes.
Fred Rudenbeck.
Yes.
Bernie Bass.
Yes, this hearing would open at 7:21. Anyone has any written comments or public comment that they'd like to make for the record? If not, we'll entertain a motion to close it.
So moved.
Mr. Moy, second.
Second.
Mr. Renadette, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Moy.
Yes.
Fred Rudenbeck.
Yes.
Bernie Bass.
Yes, we'll close this hearing at 7:21. The next one is the Town of Plattsburgh Highway Maintenance Improvement Storm District with 186 parcels as well. I could get a motion to open this one.
So moved.
Mr. Renadette, a second on that.
Second.
Mr. Lemoy, any discussion? Roll call to open.
Thomas Wood,
Which one are we on?
The Town of Plattsburgh Base Highway Maintenance Improvement Storm District.
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Moy,
Yes.
Fred Rudenbeck.
Yes.
Bernie Bass.
Yes, we will open this one at 7:22. as I mentioned, 186 parcels, $43,736,149 assessed value. Any questions, written comments? Roll call. Or, excuse me, a motion to close the hearing.
So moved.
Mr. Renadette, second on that motion.
Second.
Mr. Lemoy, any discussion? Roll call close.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Moy,
Yes.
Gerard Renadette,
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, we will close at 7:23. Two more. The next one is the Town of Plattsburgh Highway, Townwide Highway District. If I get a motion to open.
So moved.
Mr. Mannix, second. Mr. Lemoy, any discussion? Roll call to open.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Moy,
Yes.
Gerard Renadette,
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, we'll open at 7:23. Anyone have any written comments, public comment they'd like to make on this roll? I don't have the number of parcels noted on the highway. Being townwide, it should be the same, 5,535, with a full evaluation of $1,202,818,579. If not, if I get a motion to close.
So moved.
Mr. Renadette, second.
Second.
Mr. Lemoy, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Moy,
Yes.
Gerard Renadette,
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, this hearing will close at 7:24. The next one is the Town of Plattsburgh Townwide Lighting Districts. If I get a motion to open.
So moved.
Mr. Wood, second.
Second.
Mr. Lemoy, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Moy,
Yes.
Gerard Renadette,
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, we will open this hearing at 7:25. Does anyone have any written comment or public comment to make concerning the townwide lighting districts, assessed value? If not, we'll entertain a motion to close.
So moved.
Mr. Lemoy, second.
Second.
Mr. Wood, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Moy,
Yes.
Gerard Renadette,
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, we'll close this at 7:26. And the last assessment district that I have is the Town of Plattsburgh Ambulance District. If I get a motion to open.
So moved.
Mr. Renadette, second on that motion.
Second. Bernie, I suggest, I think the topic should be Town of Plattsburgh Consolidated.
I agree. I don't know how it's in the tax rolls. It does, no, it does say Consolidated Ambulance District, so we can amend that. We had a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Moy,
Yes.
Gerard Renadette,
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes. And we will open this one at 7:27. Any written or public comments on the townwide ambulance? There are, again, 5,535 parcels at a total assessed value of $202,818,579. If not, we'll take a motion to close.
So moved.
Mr. Renadette, a second on that.
Second.
Mr. Wood, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Moy,
Yes.
Gerard Renadette,
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, we will close at 7:20, looks like 7:27. Now, I'd like to continue with the hearings as expected for this evening. The next would be the preliminary budget. So I'd like a motion to open this public hearing.
I'll make a motion to that effect.
Mr. Mannix, do we have a second?
Second.
Mr. Wood, any discussion? Roll call to open the hearing.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Minnick,
Yes.
Paul Moy.
Yes.
Gerard Renadette.
Yes.
Bernie Bass.
Yes, this public hearing would be opened at 7:28. At this time, if anyone has any written comments they'd like to submit, we can take them. Or if you have a public comment, we would invite you to do so. We'd ask you to please come to the mic so we can record the comments, state your name and your address, and listen.
Is this in addition to next week?
There will be another hearing next week, correct? And we'll go through the same process to make sure everybody had ample opportunity.
You're allowed a dry run.
No, we'll save it for next week.
With that said, I would entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So,
Mr. Renadette, a second on that.
Second.
Mr. Lemoy, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Minnick,
Yes.
Paul Moy.
Yes.
Gerard Renadette.
yes.
Bernie Bass.
Yes, that hearing would close at 7:30 and enable me to return to the regular agenda. Next is resolution number 327, request for refund of 3% site plan construction deposit. Ruthie LLC.
Whereas the Town of Plattsburgh Planning Board has reviewed and approved all requirements of Lucy LLC Site Plan 2013. And whereas Lucy LLC Site Plan 2013 has on file with the Town of Plattsburgh a 3% deposit for construction of the project in the original amount of $539.85 plus accrued interest. Whereas the planning department has coordinated inspections of said project and reports all requirements have been met and completed. And whereas Lucy LLC Site Plan 2013 has requested that the 3% in deposit in the original amount of $539.85 plus accrued interest be returned now. Therefore, it is be resolved that the supervisors hereby authorized and directed to release said deposit in the amount of $539.85 plus accrued interest to date. And it be further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution be forwarded by the planning department secretary with the return of the deposit to Lucy LLC.
A motion. Mr. Wood, second.
Second.
Mr. Renadette, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Minnick,
Yes.
Paul Moy,
Yes.
Gerard Renadette.
Yes.
Bernie Bass.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 328, Glenn Burke promotion from MEO 3 to MEO 4.
Whereas in the attached letter dated November 1st, 2013, Highway Superintendent James Wood has made a request to upgrade Glenn Burdick's title from MEO 3 to MEO 4 with appropriate hourly wage to fill the vacancy that was created due to the untimely death of a highway employee who held this position. Therefore, be resolved that after due consideration and discussion with the budget officer and highway superintendent, it is recommended of the town board that the highway superintendent's request be approved and the finance manager be authorized to make the appropriate salary adjustment according to the existing Teamster agreement to take place in the next full pay period. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the budget officer, finance manager, highway superintendent, and civil service department for final approval and filing. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be placed in Mr. Burdick's personnel file.
A motion.
So moved.
Mr. Mannix, second.
Second.
Mr. Renadette, any discussion?
Yes, I don't think that under present circumstances, we need to change the salary or to upgrade his title at this point. I think that the best time to do that is after we receive the sales tax money in February, the fourth quarter. When we have the fourth quarter, then the highway department will know exactly what the budget is. They're extremely tight right now because of the having to pay the extra money out because of the death of a highway employee, and so it leaves them quite short. And I believe that once they get the fourth quarter sales tax in, then that'll be the time to do it.
Would you like to amend the resolution to be actually implemented? We have the next full pay period to be the first full pay period after the first of the year?
No, because we won't have the fourth quarter money in by the first of the year. I'd say the first pay period after we receive the fourth quarter. That would be sometime in February, according to our highway superintendent. And, you know, I think according to the way the budget is and the way the finances are in the highway department right now, that's the best way to do it. I'm not questioning Mr. Wood's appointment. This is who he wants, and he's entitled to run that department, but I am questioning when we start.
One option that comes with this discussion many times, Tom, is to table the resolution, but then it would just have to come back the next meeting, and nothing, as you're indicating, is going to happen to address your concerns. We could simply amend it to be, well, you can't table it until after the first of the year. I guess the best thing that I can think of would be that we might want to vote this down, or simply don't. I don't know if we can not take the vote.
The only thing you can do is, if you want to put it in there, that instead of when he starts, is put it after we receive the sales tax money, the first pay period after we receive the sales tax money.
But I'm also sensing a concern of yours is, what if the funding doesn't come in as anticipated? Would you still approve it?
But yes, but the highway superintendent has assured me that we'll have the money when that comes in the fourth quarter. But at this point, because of the payouts.
So you want to amend it to be implemented February 1?
The other thing you can do, you can simply withdraw it, and then
Bring it back after the first of the year?
whenever you're set to go.
I may be wrong on this, I'm not positive on this comment, but I'm certainly more than 75% confident about it. I think that the reason the resolution is before us is because of the contractual arrangement that we have with the Teamsters, and I think that Jim is in the position where he has to fill that MEO4 position. And I don't think we've got the ability, if we had a snowstorm tomorrow night, you know, he's got to have an MEO4 functioning.
I'll move to table this resolution.
There's a genuine concern with that, and I'm looking back in his letter to see if he addressed that in his letter. He did not. I don't want to put words in his mouth to the expediency of it.
But I think Tom's recent, what he just said about tabling it, if we table it, we have the opportunity to pull that information together, and we can put it back on, it could be an action item on the 14th or the 18th. But I am of the impression that that's the reason he came forward with the recommendation at this time.
Well, these things can be checked on the next week, and we can get back together with the highway superintendent and make sure that that's the case.
We have a motion to table from Mr. Wood, a second from Mr. Renadette. Any discussion on the motion to table? Roll call to table.
Thomas Wood?
Yes.
Mark Mannix?
Yes.
Paul Moy?
Yes.
Gerard Renner?
Yes.
Bernie Bass?
Yes, the motion to table carries. I've also made a note. We can talk with Jim, our highway committee can, I think what we want to hear from him is validation as to the urgency, when he actually going to need this, if it's for the plow season, the spring season. And we'll get that in writing from him to go with it, Tom.
Okay.
and this will be back on the table the 14th. Resolution number 329, insurance renewal.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh acts as remitting agent for its employees for the purpose of providing health benefits to said employees and their dependents. And whereas due to an anticipated increase in premium, the town's insurance agent, Clark Forrester Insurance LLC, has advised it would be in the town's and the employees' best interest to consider an alternate health insurance plan. And whereas after careful review and with consideration, the town's insurance agent has made recommendations to the town board of contracts with Simply Blue Plus Platinum 2 health insurance plan that is offered by Excellus Blue Cross and Blue Shield as the best option to meet the needs of the town of Plattsburgh and its employees. Therefore be resolved that the supervisor be authorized to sign the attached premium rate schedule and contract summary to provide insurance coverage to its non-union employees, and it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to Clark Forrester Insurance LLC, the budget officer, and the finance
Have a
manager.
motion.
So moved.
Mr. Renadek, second. Mr. Wood, any discussion? Well, one thing I'd like to throw in, at the time that the tentative budget was done, and I explained last time we had a meeting where that came from, what drove those numbers, etc. One of the things that drove the numbers up was we were operating on the assumption that there was going to be an 11% increase in insurance. Our agent did his homework, and again, as the resolution indicates, to the benefit of the town, but also to the benefit of employees whose costs for coverage will also go down, and was able to secure the plan as noted. There are some copay changes, we've discussed that before. Employees understand that. I don't know the details, we've talked about it a great deal. I think there is, and of course it can depend on the individual employee's health needs, but there is an offset with the savings. In the case of the family plan, it's a very significant savings, again, to the town, as well as to the employee. We shared the information. We haven't had a general meeting. If this is adopted tonight, we will certainly get that scheduled to provide an opportunity for our employees to get their questions responded to. They're very aware that this is happening. And actually I got some written communication on that, I want to say 2 weeks ago. And we have not had, a revolt by any means. They've understood, they understand the situation we're in, they've accepted this. So, this was a very, was very positive to help us reduce that tentative, a piece of it, a very positive piece. Anyone have any other thoughts, questions, comments? Roll call.
Thomas Wood?
Yes.
Mark Manick?
Yes.
Paul Moy?
Yes.
Carver Renadek?
Yes.
Bernie Bass?
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 330, the notice of special meeting for preliminary budget, elected official salaries, and consolidated assessment rolls.
Whereas there is a need to hold an extended public hearing on the preliminary budget as well as the consolidated assessment rolls. Now therefore be resolved that the town of Plattsburgh Town Board will hold a special meeting at 151 Banker Road, Plattsburgh, New York on Thursday, November 14th, 2013 at 7 p.m. prevailing time for the purpose of holding the public hearing, and at 7:30 p.m. on the preliminary budget of said town for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2014. And it be further resolved that a copy of said preliminary budget be made available at the office of the town clerk located 151 Banker Road, town of Plattsburgh, during business hours from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., where it may be inspected by any interested person. A copy is also available on the town's website. And it be further resolved the proposed salaries of the town board, the town clerk, and highway superintendent of highways are as follows. Counselors at $13,000 each, supervisor $69,000, town clerk $28,972, and highway superintendent $70,334. And it be further resolved that the notice is hereby given that the town board will also hold a public hearing for the consolidated assessment rolls at 151 Baker Road, Plattsburgh, New York, on Thursday, November 14, 2013, beginning at 7:05 p.m. prevailing time. And it be further resolved that the town clerk have notice of said public hearing published in the town's official newspaper, and a copy be posted on the clerk's bulletin board and the town's website, and that a copy of this resolution to be given to the budget officer and to the finance manager.
Have a motion.
So maybe,
Mr. Rennerdeck, second.
I'll second, for
Mr.
purpose of
Mannix.
discussion.
Discussion.
Question, we've got town board holding a special meeting at 7 o'clock with a public hearing at 7:30. And then, shoot, I think I'm beginning to understand the motion better. And then at 7:05, we're gonna have a public hearing on the consolidated assessment rolls.
And as I listened to Ricky read it, it would have had a little better flow to have the consolidated assessment rolls first and then 7:30 the budget, but I guess budget was of primary importance, so that got first.
And that was what was happening. I think my ears overloaded my eyes.
This resolution does three things. It authorizes a special meeting, the consolidated assessment rolls, public hearing at 7:05, a preliminary budget public hearing at 7:30, and the posting and announcements as indicated. We seem to always have business. I'm sure there'll be some other agenda items. I don't know what they are, but anytime we have a meeting, things surface. In fact, Mr. Van Bargen has indicated the resolutions we discussed in work session concerning the request to rezone a parcel off River Street. There are, I believe, 2 resolutions with that. He will have those available for us next Thursday. And whatever other business, it'll be a regular board meeting, but a special date and time.
Just a couple of clarifications in the first resolved. My paper read 2013 for January 1st, and you read it as 2014. Is
I
that?
need the correction.
That's corrected? Okay. And then, under the third resolve, when you're listing salaries, town superintendent of highways, we're telling all the things, it says are as follows, and I believe it was read town clerk, but it was the counselors, four counselors at 13,000 each.
Right, no, I said that.
Supervisor 69, town clerk 28,972, and highway superintendent 70,334. Is that correct?
Yes.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Minnick,
Yes.
Paul Moore,
Yes.
Fred Rendersek.
Yes.
Fred Yap.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 331, authorization to enter into an agreement for pictometry services.
Whereas the town assessor is charged with maintaining the assessment rolls at a level of assessment of 100% equalization and complete non-site inspection of the town's inventory. Whereas the town has more than 5,575 parcels, and the number needed to be physically seen can be reduced by an aerial imagery in accordance with New York State Office of Real Property Tax Service guidelines, enabling the assessor to review certain parcels using technology that is hereby accelerated by the total number of parcels that may be updated each year. Whereas in the 2008-2009, Clinton County secured a grant to enable the county to produce an aerial imagery from a company called Pictometry International Group that made it possible for all municipalities, assessors, and other departments within the town to experience the use of pictometry and evaluate its effectiveness. And whereas Clinton County will no longer make the service available to municipalities in the county. And whereas the city of Plattsburgh has recognized a need for this service and has expressed an interest in investigating of said service with the town of Plattsburgh to minimize the cost for each municipality. Therefore be resolved that based on the assessor's recommendation and after duly consideration and discussion by the town board, town of Plattsburgh, town board does hereby authorize the supervisor to enter into an agreement with the Pictometry International Corporation at 100 Town Center Drive, Suite A, Rochester, New York, 14623, in collaboration with the city of Plattsburgh to provide services as indicated in the attached agreement. And it be further resolved that after final review by the town attorney, the supervisor be authorized to enter into the agreement for services from Pictometry for an amount not to exceed $30,000 to be paid over a 3-year period from the planning department, codes and zoning department, water and wastewater department, and the assessor's department's budget, as specified fly over to take place in the spring of 2014. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the assessor and to the finance manager.
Have a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Mannix, second.
Second.
Mr. Wood, any discussion?
Yes, it's really good to see, we get a chance to work with the city on this, and it's good cooperation, and we'll be able to actually do a better job of assessing, and hopefully that'll bring the equality to the assessments a little faster. That's
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I found it sad that the county of Clinton did not elect to come in on this program. I think that having received a grant as they did previously, they certainly saw the value of it, and the technology has improved. This program would serve significant advantage for at least 4 departments in Clinton County, and it would be over payment annually over a period of 3 years, a rather minimal expense, which I'm sure they would recoup rather quickly and save time and funds from assessment increases and the like. I hope they'll reopen their discussion and consider this, because we don't want to be in a position of charging them if they decide they want to, through us, seek access, and yet we're not going to have any choice but to do that. I think it's unfortunate.
One other thing I would like to add, I agree 100%, Marty. I think it's a shame that the town of Plattsburgh has become the sugar daddy for the entire county, and this is just another example of it. We're expected to chew up a $30,000 bill and spit it out at the county's behest to benefit them. But I would go even one step further and say we have 3 school districts that are going to benefit from this program. And it's a shame that the school districts have not gotten on board with this either. With the 3 of them, and with the assessed valuation and the changes in their assessment and the benefit from that they would see, there's no reason why the 3 schools couldn't jump on board and take 33 to 30% of this, clearly 1/3 of the price off margins. And I would hope that we're going to, this board will continue to research that endeavor, try to get the schools to come on board. There's 3 districts sharing the cost of basically $10,000 a year, or $3,300 a year, because for the next 3 years, and they would have to split it 3 ways.
How many times have they been asked?
That I don't know, Jim.
Have they been?
That I don't know, Jim.
I'm not aware that they've formally been asked, Jim. I've made a note to do that pending this resolution passing, with the flyover taking place next spring. We have a little time. That there will be a formal letter. I'll copy counselors on that to the districts, and I like your proposal. We haven't discussed it, that they would share that third as a partner with the city and with the town. Because the city got involved and have some value, it leveraged the price some for us, as well as it did for them when we got involved. The cost of flying over and shooting the photos is no more by shooting a few more photos while they're up there. I don't know if I shared with any of you, I will, as a follow-up to Marty's comment. I did have one department at the county that already had called wanting to know, wanting to know if they would be able to use an access. I did respond, much as you said, Marty, be very glad to calculate the cost and sell them the service they need. And I did share with that department that it had nothing to do with them, and we certainly wanted to support them, but because they're a employee of the county who didn't want to pay it, we weren't buying it and giving it away. I plan to do the same thing if this is passed with the county, to send a letter at least to Mr. Zerlo, maybe others, indicating the action we've taken. But I don't think, again, because the flyover doesn't happen until next spring, there's plenty of time to amend an agreement and allow more participation. So maybe there'll be a new opportunity with some change in the leadership as well. But those things will happen if we take the order. No, we aren't going to give it away, and we will seek support in a more formal way, but I think passing this gives a little leverage to that. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Moy,
Yes.
Gerard Renadette,
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. That's the last resolution I had for this evening. If I get a motion to adjourn.
I do have a question.
Okay.
When we have the preliminary, the hearings for the consolidated assessment rules, it's at 7:05, we can open all of them at once, perhaps?
I'm not sure the legalities of that. What I've been given is that each individual assessment role should have its own public hearing, as opposed to
Well,
doing them as a
we'll
cluster.
call each one, but I mean, open them all and then,
I don't, maybe council can.
Well, I don't know, the way Bernie handled it tonight, he handled it quite efficiently. I mean, I don't think time-wise it makes too much difference.
we just have one, open them all and one close them all.
Okay,
But
we'll check that out.
everybody gets to speak on every one of them during any of that time.
Okay, we'll check that out.
8 years that I've been here, we had pretty much the same response as everybody knows. The assessment role is as it is, and usually concerns with assessments take place way before this event. But it is part of statute that we give that opportunity, so that's why we do it.
Well, then, if nobody comments on the first one, we can go right to the next one, like we did tonight.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's what I would do, absolutely.
You okay, Jim?
But it does,
You know, this is the third time on this inquiry. You know, this is, you know.
oh, there's a motive. We've considered your concerns, Mr. Wood, and if there's a legal way to do it, we will further consider it. This is nice and clean. I'd rather err on the side of caution. Any other well, let me get a motion to close first.
So moved.
Mr. Renadette, second.
Second.
Mr. Lemoy, any discussion? Now I'll take a roll.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Moy,
Yes.
Gerard Renadette,
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, we'll stand adjourned at 7:55.